the Zillist and Trillist Sports Show in upstate New York, hosted by your boy Gills. Dolo in the building right now. Salute to LK, King Kada, and Britney Bee. But we're still another crazy week in sports. It's going to be real impactful. We got a lot of things to talk about. If you're checking us out right now, we're on thewordradio.com, streaming live on 103. Also, if you're listening, check out our YouTube page, Zeal Talk. Zeal Life Lifestyle. But we're going to go right into it. Man. We're gonna start with these local sports. There's been a lot going on right now. A lot going on. A lot of huge shout outs. We got to give a lot of shout outs in order. Cierra Dillard, uh, Isiah Stewart, Desmond Green, just to name a few. And if y'all don't know about these guys, let me just give it to you. Cierra Dillard was drafted in the 20th round, the second round, the 20th overall to the Minnesota Lynx. She's right out of Rochester, New York. Went to Gates Chili, class of 2015. Went to UMass, transferred from UB for her last 2 years. She's been dominant ever since Section 5 days. If y'all don't know about her, dominant. I'm talking won 3 sectionals titles in that Section 5 era. Um, not too many people really be talking about a lot of our local talents, and to me, that's just something that we really need to get together and really need to get in order. Even if you take it back to the older days, and in all genres of sports, whether it's UFC, WWE, NFL, uh, NBA. I mean, we had talent. I'm talking talents from generations. Shout out to John Jones in the UFC, Luke Harper out of the WWE, Chandler Jones, which we all know about him in the New England Patriots, John Wallace, NBA, Brandon Albert, and of course Roland Williams. So shout out to Cierra Dillard for getting drafted to the Minnesota Lynx. Also want to shout out Rochester Zone, that former McQuaid Jesuit, and that's Isiah Stewart. He just signed over to the Washington Huskies, so be on the lookout for him. It's a lot going on right now with him. Just definitely want to be on the lookout. Stay tuned, um, and definitely be on his uprunner because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on with him. He did transfer to Indiana, but that doesn't stop his potential. Even though he left from Rochester, he's a third-rate center in the nation, sixth overall rated player in the nation. So we're talking the Cam Reddishes and the Zions, the R.J. Barretts of his draft class right now, and that's a five-star recruit coming right out of high school. Like I said, he's gonna be with the Huskies next year, so stay tuned for that. Let's see who else we got in order. Mr. Desmond Green. Shout out to Desmond Green. See, one thing that many people in Rochester, what they're not really doing right now, is shouting out our fighters right now, man. Desmond Green out of the UFC went to Rush Henrietta. He's a standout. Went to UB. He's a standout athlete there. Uh, and he's gonna be coming back in town. So shout out to him for coming back in town. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be showing a lot of love at the UFC live in Rochester, New York, right at the Blue Cross Arena. Tickets only 105, $105, but that's definitely gonna be worth it. Check us out tomorrow too at Raw Radio. We will be streaming live at the Romans Tavern with head coach Levy of the Buffalo Bills. That's at the Romans Tavern. So keep posted with that as well. Like I said, there's been a lot going on right now. Shout out my man's Dan Roberts. We had a great Zeal Talk live show. My boy turned up. He was covering the Frozen Four. If you're hearing us right now on Raw Radio, that's great. Stay tuned. Also, keep in mind that the YouTube page is up. Zeal Life Lifestyle. You can catch the Zeal Talk live show that we had. You can check all of our past shows. You can check our coverage on Instagram right now. Zeal Life Lifestyle. Check us out. We're going live right now. Shout out to my people's watching right now. It's gonna be crazy. Like I said, y'all, it's gonna be crazy. These things we got coming up. But we're gonna go right into it, man. Section 5 athletics. Everybody want to talk about football. Everybody want to talk about basketball. But we're gonna go right to the spring. And right now, some low key Rochesterians that we got going on right now in Section 5. Shout out to our future stars to watch for. I got a couple in mind. I want y'all to pay close attention to them. And that I'm gonna start with my man's Casey Sucker the second. Greece Athena. He's a sophomore right now playing shortstop. Can also pitch the ball. He's got an 87 mile per hour fastball, and he's in his second year in high school. Shout out to him. Turned down, Clemson. Turned down. some SEC schools. And where'd he go? He's already committed verbally to the UF to the to the Virginia University Division One for a ride, and only more monuments to come, man. So shout out to him out of Greece Athena, the sophomore. Somebody else you wanna show highlights to is my man's Mr. Jack Bailey. Mr. Bailey, he's a senior at McQuaid. Somebody say, who the heck is Mr. Bailey? Nah, he don't play. He don't play lacrosse. He doesn't play baseball. He's not even on a track team. My man's the number one golf recruit right now in Section 5. I'm talking about the 2018 AGR Boys Golf Player of the Year. I'm talking about senior. He's a senior right now. I'm talking about ranked top five in the Section 5 golf tournament. And where is he going? He's committed to St. Bonaventure right now. Shout him out, man. So shout out my man's Mr. Jack Bailey, a senior out of McQuaid. Like I said, we've seen what's been going on. Golf has been a null and void, man. Shout out my man's Tiger for winning that Masters after 11 years. But shout out to my man's Jack Bailey, senior at McQuaid. And we're going to keep it rolling because it says the women's right movement, feminists, so I ain't going to leave none of my ladies out. And she's no acquaintance. She's an acquaintance of the show. She's no stranger to the show. Shout out my girl Vanessa Watson out of Spencerport right now, leading the Section 5, breaking records. She's broken about 6 records already. She's the reigning defending Division One, not just high school, collegiate, Division 1 400-meter hurdles champion. So shout him out. Shout him out right there. Vanessa Watson, if you're watching, if you're listening, right now we are on theroarradio.com. Got some great segments coming up in studio Dolo today, but it's all good because it's a lot to cover. It's a lot going on right now. What else we got to talk about today? So tune in. We got some NFL action, of course, the NFL draft coming through next Thursday. We got some NBA playoff action right now. I mean, Kevin Durant, Patrick Beverly. It's a lot of things. It's a lot of things going on right now in sports. But to keep it back local and talking about Vanessa Watson, she does hold the Section 5 record for the 400 meters indoor as well. And also, she did commit to Tennessee University. So shout it out, Tennessee University in the building. In the building. Stay tuned. If you're not listening, if you're on live right now, you can go to roarradio.com, channel 103. And I also want to highlight another good friend of our show. And he's got an event coming up May 4th, 2019 at the Main Street Armory. And what is that? That's Rage in the Cage, 900 East Main Street, Rochester, New York, where Mike Carson, King Soul Carson, going live May 4th at the Main Street Armory, representing the USA. And he's back, y'all. He's back again to the Main Street Armory to beat another Canadian. His name's Cody Kent in the red, white, and blue. So give it up for Mike Carson. He's got those tickets on sale. You can follow him on Instagram, King Soul Carson. Tickets available now. They got some cage side seats available. They've got some general admission. So hit him up, and he'll definitely get you those tickets. But right now, y'all, we're going to take a quick break, listen to some good music. And it's been the first 10 minutes, so keep it locked right here on theroarradio.com. Check us out on our YouTube page when you have a time, and we'll be right back, y'all. And we back. That great commercial break. And what we're going to get into right now is a little bit of this NFL draft. We got a week away. We got April 25th through April 27th. We in Nashville, Tennessee. And it's a lot to be excited about this year, if you ask me. It's a lot going on. It's a lot of great talents. You got the top 5 picks right now. It's a lot of controversy around these picks, mind you. Arizona Cardinals, San Francisco 49ers, New York Jets at 3, the Oakland Raiders, who we all know got a lot to prove this year, and the Tampa Bay Bucks at 5. Those are top 5 right now. Shout out to those Tampa Bay Bucks. They can make a lot of noise with that 5th pick. Just got Bruce Arians. Jameis Winston's on his last leg. So it's a lot to be excited about, especially in this first top 5 of the draft. Right now, Todd McShay, Mel Kiper Jr., everybody they talking about and y'all can excuse me if you're on theroyradio.com. My apologies for the lowness of the mic. I will turn up the volume. But if you're on YouTube, check us out. But they're talking about, number one pick, Kyler Murray, quarterback out of Oklahoma. Everybody's raving about. I know everybody's know about him. The 2019 draft. If you haven't heard about Kyler Murray, basically you've been living under a rock. Number two, we're going to keep it in the family. Nick Bosa, a legendary family of football. The presumed number one pick before Kyler Murray blasted out of this scene out of nowhere. Keenan Williams, the number one riser in this draft, has been making a lot of moves. Shout out Keenan Williams out of Alabama. That was a bad loss, but when you're 6'3", 307 pounds, and that agile, that athletic, and can make that much noise, shout out to you, man. You're definitely a top 3 pick in the draft. Oakland Raiders looking at Josh Allen, a defensive end linebacker out of Kentucky, which to me is baffling just because after you done traded Khalil Mack, you know what I'm saying? You done traded away these guys. You done put in Bruce Irvin, didn't cut him. And all these things going on with Oakland, you want to go defense. To me, it's just baffling. You can bolster the offensive line. That's a lot of great tackles. You can trade back, but this is just projected not top 5. Not to say Josh Allen is not that elite, but I do feel like for the Raiders, it's not for him. And then Ed Oliver, defensive tackle out of Houston. Like I said, this draft is loaded with defensive talent and loaded with playmakers. So I can't wait for April 25th. But the real story, and what I want to get to is, and some might call me a hater for this, but I don't think so. Some might say I'm tripping, but I don't think so. And the real story is Kyler Murray and Dwayne Haskins. Now, you're talking Kyler Murray, number one pick in the overall draft, and to me, that's just crazy. Kyler Murray, the 5'10", 207-pound quarterback out of Oklahoma. Kyler Murray, he runs a 4.65. He completed 69% of his passes. He threw for 4,361 yards. He threw for 42 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And I'm still going to tell you, Kyler Murray does not belong in the conversation for the number one pick. Now listen to me and listen to me good when I say this. Kyler Murray is a generational talent. Kyler Murray will probably lead his team to a playoffs. But if you look at the numbers, and if you look at the NFL as it's currently constructed, you will need a pocket passer in order to win championships. I kid you no lie. We're going to look over at Dwayne Haskins out of Ohio State, the Big Ten Conference. I mean, stature alone, the kid's 6'3", 231 pounds, slow as molasses. He runs a 5.04. But he's persistent. He's patient. He's averaging right now, I think, 70% completions. He shot for down there 4,831, damn near 5,000 yards. 50 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. You're talking about a talent right now. You're talking about a quarterback right now who only had 14 starts. You put him in the right program with the right coaching, right offensive line, he's going to produce. Of course, he ain't going to be on no Patrick Mahomes level. Of course, he ain't going to be on no Tom Brady, Peyton Manning level. But he's going to be an immediate impact going into the NFL. Trust and believe me. Now, like I said, we're going into the bad on Dwayne Haskins. He only had 14 starts, and he can't move. He runs a 5.4. He runs a 5.04, excuse me. No legs. No legs. So what he's going to have to do to succeed in the NFL is be able to read those defenses, which he has proven. He had a couple slumps, had a bad game here and there. But if you look at the tape, look at Michigan, that NFL pro-ready defense with those defensive problems and playmakers over there with Jim Harbaugh, he dominated. So if you ask me, I'm telling you, Dwayne Haskins is the best quarterback and the most elite quarterback in this draft. Now, I did a little bit of research, and I'm going to take it back to the last 10 Super Bowls. Yep, Super Bowl 44. I'm gonna read you some of these games and some of these teams and tell me what they all have in common. I'm gonna take it back to 44. New Orleans versus Indianapolis. Breeze versus Manning. 45. Green Bay versus Pittsburgh. Rodgers versus Roethlisberger. The Giants versus New England in that historic game, Super Bowl 46. Eli versus Brady. And then we had Super Bowl 47. Joe Flacco. We all remember that historic run. 11 touchdowns, no interceptions, going up against Colin Kaepernick in the San Francisco 49ers. And then we had Russell Wilson. No, excuse me. Yeah, Super Bowl 48. Russell Wilson versus Peyton Manning with the Broncos. Then we had Brady versus Wilson. Manning versus Newton. Just look at it. Listen to this. Listen to what I'm saying. What's the consistency here? Other than Tom Brady, of course, making all of those Super Bowl appearances in the last 10 years and winning damn near half of them. It's embarrassing for the rest of the league. But Brady versus Ryan, Foles versus Brady, Brady versus Goff. Now, out of all of those 13 quarterbacks in those 10 years, if we rank them best to worst, Tom Brady, pocket passer. 6-time NFL champion. Peyton Manning, pocket passer. 2-time Lombardi Trophy winner. Aaron Rodgers, pocket passer. Super Bowl in his belt. Drew Brees, pocket passer. Super Bowl in his belt. Ben Roethlisberger, Russell Wilson, Eli Manning, Matt Ryan. It doesn't matter. It's the same formula. It's the same formula. Every now and again, you'll get your sprinkle of Colin Kaepernick. You'll get your sprinkle of Russell Wilson. You'll get your sprinkle of Cam Newton. But they all lost. Because when you're talking about an NFL quarterback, you have to throw the ball. That's what people fail to realize. Kyler Murray, he's got a bomb arm. Accuracy over the charts. But when you're 5'10", going against those NFL defenses, can that transition into W's? Can it? I just gave you the last 10 years of Super Bowls. What has it done? What has it done? Hasn't produced. So now, going back to the NFL draft, I'm going to tell you, the New York Giants, I'm going to make a huge mistake because they're going to pass up on Dwayne Haskins. And Dwayne Haskins is the real deal. Dwayne Haskins is going to be a man on a mission. Dwayne Haskins is going to be a problem. 50 touchdowns in the Big Ten. 50. 8 interceptions. 5,000 yards. 14 starts. You give him a pro coach and a pro system. No disrespect, no shade to Urban Meyer. None at all. Y'all keep it locked right here. We at Roar Radio, channel 103. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Zeal Life Lifestyle. If you haven't already, subscribe, like us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram, zeal.life.lifestyle. We've got the live show. Go through our feedback. We got interviews with Chris Broussard, interviews with YK Dirty, interviews with Mike Carson, Vanessa Watson. The list goes on. It's great content. You won't want to miss it. So go ahead and check that out as we go on this little commercial break. We'll be back. We got a lot to talk about. NBA playoffs coming up. Y'all keep it locked. Stay tuned. And we back. Shout out my listeners on Roar Radio Network. No, that is not me playing that music. That is streamed right on theroarradio.com. Any local artists out there listening on Instagram or YouTube or Roar Radio. Roar Radio is always looking for artists, always looking for music. You can even listen to your song on theroarradio.com. But we are back, and we are back listening and looking and watching these NBA playoffs. It's been long awaited. We've been talking about this since October, November, December, January, February, All-Star break, and it's finally here, April 15th, April 13th. We're here. Round one of the 2019 NBA playoffs is upon us. In these first round matchups, boy, I'll tell you, nope, they have not been what we bargained for. Average loss, you're looking at 20 to 25 points. Houston versus Utah. Houston's been blowing them out. James Harden looking like the MVP. Will he get it? Questions you'll have to tune in next week to hear. The Bucks versus the Pistons. No Blake Griffin the whole first round. They're looking to get swept. Get the brooms. The Pistons they'll have the longest playoff streak without a win in the NBA history. So stay tuned for that. Celtics and the Pacers. We had a bit of excitement last night. Kyrie showed us why Boston traded for him. They showed us why they're not trying to let him walk. Toronto versus Orlando. Orlando with a huge game one upset, only to turn around and get blow out in game two. Augustine and those boys in Orlando couldn't make it happen. But now we've got some competitive series. And we're going to start with the Nets versus the 76ers. See, for those of y'all who have been watching, the Brooklyn Nets go toe-to-toe with the Philadelphia 76ers. This makes the first round worth it. It's pure entertainment. From D'Angelo Russell with ice in his veins to Joe Harris knocking down them threes, Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid laughing at the podium after elbowing Jared Dudley. Let's see what else we had going on. Checking cell phones. And to me, the most interesting part of this series is that the Nets, they got cap space. And the 76ers, they have free agents. So the narrative already set. You got Jimmy Butler looking to exit. Tobias Harris looking to exit. J.J. Redick, all available. While the Brooklyn Nets, the team with the cap space, the team nobody counted on, is out here making moves. So stay tuned for that matchup. And the same can be said over in the West. Golden State and the Clippers. And that's two things that we're really going to want to watch. Teams with some high leverage free agents going against the high leverage free agent destinations. The Clippers are looking like an elite free agency landing spot come the summer. You got guys like Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams, Sweet Lou, Mo Harless, Gallinari, Doc Rivers. I'm talking destination supreme. It's crazy. And I'm here to tell you, Don't be surprised if the same Golden State Warriors, those free agents, end up in the Clippers. We've seen the writing on the wall before. I'll take it back to 2016. OKC versus Golden State. Kevin Durant finding himself getting irritated, finding himself in his emotions. By who? By Draymond Green. Draymond played the same role as Patrick Beverley. Got under his skin, agitated him, got him a couple texts, got him out of his game. They lost. What happened? Draymond Green recruited that same Kevin Durant to the powers and the powers that be in Golden State. Now, granted, that team was already established. That team was already going to the finals. Regardless, that 2016 Golden State Warriors team, eventually they fell. They lost to LeBron James, which is a major reason as to why Kevin Durant went to Golden State. But if you look at the story, the Los Angeles Clippers, nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. Wasn't even supposed to make it to the playoffs. Snuck in as an H seed. They're gritty. They got coaching. They got a bench. I'm telling you, they're a player away. Just be on the lookout for Kevin Durant to go to LA. Writing is on the wall. Stay tuned. Now, another series I wanted to get into was Houston versus Utah. Yes, Houston versus Utah. Houston. Yes, I'll say it again, Houston. They've been playing dominant. They've been playing dangerous. They've been playing against arguably the toughest competition in the first round with the Rudy Gobert, Ricky Rubio, Spud Mitchell, you name it, they got talent over there. Ken Snyder coaching them. They've got talent over there. And yet, what we're seeing is James Harden in rare form. This ain't the same James Harden. This is not the same James Harden. This James Harden is looking like he's ready to win a championship. He's looking ready and he's looking eager to win this championship. I'm talking blowout victories. I'm talking W's. Winning at home. Going to the road. Not scared. James Harden's putting the game on his back. Just had a triple-double last night. Stay tuned. That history in the making. History in the making. But the main thing that I want to talk to y'all about in this first round, we talked about free agency landing spots. We talked about number one free agents. Well, we're going to talk about somebody who's a free agent this year, whose stock is going through the ceiling. It's only been 2 games. I don't want to put my foot on the gas just yet, but this guy's an NBA champion. He's only 26 years old, and the sky is the limit. I'm talking about the Celtics versus Indiana Pacers. I'm talking about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving is a leader. He's fearless. He's a closer. He's the guy you want on your team. We've had questions before. What's up with his leadership? What's up with the man's leadership? But now we can clearly see he ain't the problem. He's the solution. People want to say that Steph Curry and Damian Lillard and someone even put Russell Westbrook in front of this man. How many things does he have to prove? Right now, he's showing you he's going to lead this team to the finals. And he's going to be the free agent, the sought out after free agent. over Kawhi Leonard, over Kevin Durant, over Klay Thompson. Kyrie's going to be that guy. Where he'll land, y'all going to have to check in next week. We'll see where some predictions and where he might go. Could be the Knicks. Could be the Nets. We'll have to see. But I know he's going to the finals this year. We're on theroarradio.com, 103. If you're tuned in on Instagram, check us out. Follow us on Instagram, zeal.life.lifestyle. Subscribe to our YouTube, Zeal Life Lifestyle. We're going to go into one of our last music breaks for the night. And we almost out of here, y'all. Stay tuned. It's a lot more to talk about. Keep it locked. Be right back. And we back for the final segment. And we like to call this segment Open Court. There's been a lot going on, a lot to discuss. This is a chance for some fan interactions. Whether you're on Instagram, whether you're on Roar Radio, call us up, comment, FaceTime. We available. Some things that we did want to talk about before we part. Tiger Woods. Now, Tiger Woods, for y'all who don't know, just won his 15th Masters. It's been an 11-year drought. And to me, what really helped me out and what I loved seeing about it was the genuine impact and the genuine love that Tiger had. Whether it was LeBron James, Barack Obama, or Serena Williams, everybody has something to say about Tiger. It's been an emotional roller coaster, 3 back surgeries, infidelity. I mean, the list goes on. Car crashes and all. It's just been really good to see Tiger Woods come back to the mountaintop. Shout out to him. Another quick thing we wanted to discuss is the battle. The battle between Damian Lillard and Russell Westbrook. It's been getting real chippy. I mean, there's not too many times that we see a point guard go toe-to-toe with Westbrook, let alone give him the business. Westbrook has been null and void in this series. OKC is down 0-2 currently. Damian Lillard has been playing lights out. So we want to continue to watch that rivalry and really want to just pose the question, did OKC make the right decision in keeping Russell Westbrook? Now that team went to the finals 2012. James Harden, Kevin Durant, Seth Loescher, Serge Ibaka. And one by one, they've left. Had better careers. Granted, Russell Westbrook, first player in modern NBA history to average a triple-double 3 consecutive years. He's an MVP player. He's captured the MVP. He's been to the finals. He's averaged. On paper, you look at him, and you would probably rank him over Kevin Durant and over James Harden. But sometimes you can't look at the papers, what you see with your eyes. And that's something that Sam Presti and the OKC organization is going to have to review. You trade James Harden. You let KD walk in free agency. You keep Russell Westbrook. And you have not won a playoff game in a playoff series with him leading the way. It's been embarrassing. On the other note, we wanted to talk about this Russell Wilson contract extension. He's the highest paid player in NFL history. 4 years, $140 million, $65 million signing bonus, averaging $37.5 million per year. We need to see a lot of big things from Russell Wilson. We need to see you make it to the playoffs. We need to see you win a playoff game. Russell Wilson, in my opinion, is a top 5 quarterback in the league. But he has a lot more to prove than going to those 2 Super Bowls, especially after getting paid like this. Is he deserving of his money? Of course. Of course. But does he need to win? He definitely needs to win. Period. And we're going to keep it right there with the NFL quarterbacks because next up is Dak Prescott. Should Dallas let him walk? Should Dallas keep him and pay him in excess of $165 million? That is something I can't answer. That's something I'm going to need to see. One thing you don't do is give him that money and go ahead and keep that coach. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That spells for disaster. But only time will tell. We're on the Roar Radio Network 103. Give us your thoughts, your comments, your concerns. Check us out on our Instagram, zeal.life.lifestyle. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Zeal Life Lifestyle. We're going to be at Roman's Tavern tomorrow, streaming live right here on The Roar Radio. We're going to have Hall of Fame coach Ted Levy of the Buffalo Bills. He's going to talk about how he lost 4 straight Super Bowls. So tune into that. It's going to be a great show at the Roman's Tavern. Tickets only $30. It's Zeal Talk. We'll see y'all next week.